Welcome to the ENG102 Freshman Composition Canvas page. This is the third video of 3 that are required for the orientation. So make sure you pay attention to what is going to be happening in this Canvas course. This website will be an important part of your success in this course. So you want to make sure that you understand everything about how it works and how you should use it to your advantage. Okay, so let's talk about the first thing that happens once you log in with your MEID and password. You land on this opening page where you will find announcements, recent activities, and upcoming events over to the right. You also will see recent feedback from any assignments that were graded. The key thing to remember about this page is that it includes everything, all of your courses, and not just the English 102 course. Okay? Now, in order to get to the course that you want to participate in, you want to hit the drop-down menu for Courses and Groups and choose your course. Okay, so once you click the link to get into your course, you will land on what we call the home page. And here you can see that the home page clearly identifies what class you're in and what needs to be done right away. Once this class gets opened up, you won't see this checklist thing here, but you'll see the class and this Getting Started Orientation button. And you need to click that Getting Started Orientation button to get started. Now, what you'll find here is a list of things that you need to complete by Wednesday midnight. Okay, so the end of the day, Wednesday. So you'll come to class on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday, you'll have the rest of the day to finish up this list of orientation items. Now, as you complete the items on the list, you will see down below a progress sheet, and your name will appear here, and a check mark or a yes will appear in each of the columns for the items that need to be updated or completed. Now, I will update this list once or twice a day, so don't expect that this list will update immediately. Now, one of the key things that you'll need to remember to do once you've started the class is that on the home page, you will be able to quickly access the modules by clicking on the module that we are participating in at the time. But the easiest way to get there is just to click the Modules tab. But before we look there, let's go ahead and do the other thing you need to do on a daily basis, and that's check the announcements. So if you click on the Announcement tab, you will see any new announcements that are listed. Now, if you have your settings set up correctly, you should get an email when there is a new announcement posted. But what you'll do is you'll click in here, you'll see that there's an announcement, open up the announcement, and either read, watch, or listen to whatever it is that I have to say. And that will help you be successful in this class. Now, the other thing you should do is click on Modules, because that is where all of the work resides, and you will need to participate in the work by starting there. Now, what you can see here is once I've clicked on Modules, I have my first module, which is the orientation, and you can see that there are a list of things to do. You should always start with the very first item. But what I want you to pay attention to is over here on your right, you will see that there's a list that says complete all items. And there's a list of things that you have to do to complete the items. Sometimes it just says view, sometimes it says submit, sometimes it says score at least, and then there will be a number in there. So score at least 16 on your orientation quiz. Now, once you have completed that item, either viewed, submitted, or scored, you will see a green check mark that shows up off to the right as well. Now, you need to get a check mark in all of these items in order for the next module to open. So down here, I will not be able to go into any of these modules because it's not open yet. And it's not open yet because I don't have the check marks needed for this module. Okay, so it's opening for me because I'm the instructor. So if you can't open a module, that'll be the reason why, is because you don't have the appropriate check marks. So let me quickly show you how to get a check mark. I'm going to go ahead and view the student information form. And once I have gone in and viewed this form, you can see that it's pretty easy to type in the information needed in the form. And at the very bottom of the form, you hit submit. And then when you go back to the modules page, you will now see your green check mark. Okay, boom, check mark. Same thing will go with this. Now on this one, you actually have to submit this something. So you can't just view it, you have to submit it. Once you've submitted it, then you'll get your green check mark. So these are key things that you need to remember when you are working through the course. Okay, one other thing that I wanted to show you is that we will be using a tool called Piazza. And if you click on the Ask Piazza button here, it will prompt you to log in and set up your account. Okay, so you go ahead and click on that link and it'll ask you for your name. So here you can see that my name is Test Student, and type in your email address. And it doesn't matter which email address you use in this case, because you just want to be able to use the one that you are going to check on a regular basis. I recommend always using your school email address, but if you have something else you want to use, go ahead and use that. And then put in a password. Now, this is great because you can then download the app to your phone to be able to participate in Piazza. So make sure that you are aware of that. Now, it's basically just a Q&A system, so which means that you will be able to go in and ask questions and answer questions and work together in groups and teams. It's our way of collaborating and working together with each other. All right, one other thing I want to show you is the calendar. Now, you can get to the calendar from the top. When you click on the calendar, you will see a list of all the classes that you are taking in your calendars. And you see they're color-coded. So this is green for English 102, okay, for this class. And this calendar shows you all of the due dates for all of the assignments. Now this is important because you don't want to miss any due dates. So what you can do is click Calendar Feed here and add this calendar feed to your Google Gmail account. Now if you're not using Google Calendar Gmail, that's your school Gmail account. So you should get in a habit of doing that because that's going to help you be successful, not just in this class, but in all of your classes and in life. As a professional, I can't live without my calendar apps. So if you click on this, you will be able to get the link that you need to add this. And I'll be showing you this in class, how to add this to your calendar feed, but you can go ahead and try it yourself if you want to. All right, so the calendar is important. Now the last thing is, back in your class, don't forget that you are required to read the syllabus. So here is the syllabus. Every time students ask me questions, the answer usually can be found in the syllabus, especially how do I call my instructor? How do I email her? All of that information is there, as well as the competencies and the requirements and rules for the class. Okay, so make sure that you read the syllabus. All right, so that's pretty much it for this Canvas overview video. There's a lot more things that you can learn about Canvas and how to use it, but for now I think that's enough. I just want to point out one last thing is that if you do need help with Canvas, there's a help menu right here. If you click on that, you can get the call for support number. You can also look at the Canvas guides to get help and so forth. And then of course, you can access your settings. Click on your name and you'll be able to go into your settings. In this view for me, since I'm just in the student view, test student view, you can't see anything. But this is where you'll be able to add your picture, change your email address and phone number and all of that good stuff. Okay? Now, if you have any questions about Canvas, you can either check the help desk and call, or you can ask Piazza, or you can email me as well in the beginning. All right, that's it. Thank you.